Welcome back to another episode of From the Bench. This week I have the pleasure of interviewing the athletic director of San Antonio Christian School, Coach Brandon Parrott. I've known Coach Parrott for a couple of years now. He's been working with Vibe. Just a really great guy overall, and an interview I'm excited to do even during these times. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump to that interview right now. Welcome back to another From the Bench episode here. Today we got someone I've come to know over the last couple of years because he's worked closely with Vibe in various capacities. It's athletic director, Coach Brandon Parrott from San Antonio Christian School. Coach Parrott, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, man. It's these are different days, but I'm finding the joy and opportunities within it. I think there's some blessings that are going to come through this time.
Before we jump into kind of some sports talk around your school, I just want to, I know I asked how you're doing, but I also want to ask how's the family doing? How's that kind of hecticness going? Are y'all getting used to a new normal yet?
Honestly, I think we have. You talk about my family in particular. My daughter's a senior this year, so we're navigating that road. She's handled it really, really well. I think when we found out on Friday that her senior year was officially going to come to an end without returning to campus, I'll be transparent and honest. It hit me hard. It hit me really hard because I think back on those special memories of my senior year, especially spring of senior year, and she won't get to do those things. But, I also look and go, hey, when we come out of this and she starts college, those things are going to be gone and in the past, and it's not as if it's going to be something that she's going to always feel like she missed out. No, there will be life, and there's plenty of things to look forward to. And she's handled it really, really well. As I look around at the kids here at SACS and in our school, we're trying to make sure they finish strong. Even though school doesn't look like what we thought it would look like, we've got, for SACS, we've got 5 weeks, including this week, left in the school year. And just making sure that those kids are staying on top of their schoolwork and finishing the year off in a manner that, is giving their best effort all the way through to the end.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be one of my questions to you is because obviously, and you had a senior daughter as well as just seniors in general. What do you tell them in a situation like this? Have you spoken to some of the seniors? And if so, what kind of things have you told them?
Yeah, when this first started, Josh, our message was stay ready. Make sure you make the most of every single day because our hope was that we would get back on campus at some point. TAPS did a very, very good job of having a 3-tier return to play. They had an option A, option B, and option C, hoping that even if we just got back on campus for a couple days, that we could still have state championships to compete for and give the kids one last opportunity to compete. And so we were hopeful and optimistic that would be able to happen. So our message was on, use this time. We're giving you workouts. Your teachers are working with you academically. As coaches, we are still here. We are still trying to develop you and make sure that we stay ready. Now, obviously, Friday's message changes that when you find out schools aren't going to reopen and TAPS made the announcement that we would not be resuming activities here this spring, then I really haven't had that opportunity to deliver my message yet to the seniors. But when I do, now it turns to thankfulness and gratitude for all that they've done, for 4 years of hard work and commitment and the things that we've accomplished in this program over their 4-year run. I will struggle to be able to have all the words to adequately express my thankfulness and just how grateful I am for what they've done for our program.
What now? Let's talk about the spring right now because I do want to talk about some of the challenges that might come your way in the fall. But let's stick with the spring right now. When this first started happening, what kind of challenges did you face as an athletic director? I mean, I don't know how long you've been coaching. I would assume it's been a handful of years, and you've probably never faced a challenge such as this. So, what kind of challenges did you face as an athletic director once this first started happening, and even now that the season's canceled? What kind of challenges do you face?
I think the consistent challenge has been the fact that none of us are in control of this. We can't give definitive answers, and when this started unfolding, there's so many questions, and you really just had to pare it down to what do I know today, and what can I provide as an answer for today. And so based upon the knowledge that I have today, I'm going to put a plan in place for how we proceed. So thankfully, being here at San Antonio Christian, our administration was super responsive, and we got kids up here. We were coming out of spring break, and so we hadn't been with the kids, and we got a plan in place to have a curbside pickup of their school materials that they needed, and we started distance education right away. I mean, there was really no downtime, and we got distance education, so at least then they're taking classes, and that felt normal. And then we made sure that they started hearing from their coaches, and so they started getting their at-home workout programs. And we had a couple coaches, specifically track was one that I can remember where they loaded up some equipment and took it out to the kids right away so that they had it at home or wherever they were training. So we got the kids involved and engaged and active so that they weren't just sitting around waiting. But now I think the continuous challenge is we're still in this time of we can't provide a date that summer 7-on-7 is going to take place, or whether our summer camps are going to happen or not. We have them all on the books, and everything is scheduled and planned and ready to go. And we'll see when we get the authorization to resume meeting together again. But I think as administrators and as coaches, we just can't waste these days. We have to make sure that we are doing our best to plan and prepare and have contingency plans so that when it's time, we can give the kids our best effort and the best opportunity to be successful.
Now, let us move into the fall because, I mean, even though the season's canceled, we know that the fall is right around the corner, and we all hope that the plan would be that the season starts in the fall again. When that might be, we don't really know. But talk through us about maybe, I don't know if you've really started that process yet, those challenges, but I mean, for instance, there's studies out there that say, hey, multi-sport athletes, it's really beneficial for them. A lot of football coaches now are saying, hey, do track. Well, now they just lost their whole track season. That's a kind of an off season of development that's going to be hindered a little bit. So what kind of things are you not, maybe, I don't know what to say worried about, but thinking about as far as getting your football players ready for the fall, knowing that their off season program is changed a little bit.
Right. So even though the off-season program has changed, I feel super confident that because of the work that our strength and conditioning coordinators have done in getting the programs out to the kids, I know myself personally, I've gotten back on a running plan and been doing more working out during this time period than I had probably in the previous 15 years. So I think our kids are staying on top of that and embracing that opportunity to use some of this extra time that we've been given to get in shape and do the work with the home-based workouts. So I think we'll be fine in terms of getting them back in shape and ready to participate. We are planning as if we'll be able to resume practice and school and everything as normal come August. And we will continue to prepare in that manner until somebody tells us differently. For the kids, you mentioned missing out on track, and we're a big track school. We were defending state champs, both boys and girls, and with Henry Ellard as our head coach. The guy was phenomenal in the NFL, but also qualified for the Olympic trials in the off season while he was playing in the NFL. So he's definitely a track guy. So yeah, we missed out on that opportunity for a lot of our players. But the home-based workouts are the best that we can do right now, and we will, if we get a chance to get kids back on campus for some semblance of summer strength conditioning, you better believe we'll be jumping on it and getting them in as soon as we can. But Josh, I think there's also something here that we can learn as we move forward about rest, and there's so many studies out there now, and we're using technology here at SACS to track rest and recovery of our athletes, because as a society, I think we've lost our perspective on what rest can truly do and the benefits that come from it. When I hear middle school moms talking about the 3 Little League baseball teams that their sons are playing on, it's driving me insane. 3 baseball teams. Nobody needs to be on 3 baseball teams. And so with this time of rest and recovery and stripping away frivolous activities, I hope that when we come back to normalcy, that people can reevaluate some of that time and put some rest back in their daily life.
You do bring up an interesting point, Coach. I mean, I think some of this is kind of blessings in disguise. I think some researchers, especially that work in the sports field, are going to be interested to see if the stuff on rest, especially when it comes to youth sports, is there going to be some type of shift as far as is that going to be beneficial? So I like that point you made, Coach, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what some researchers find when they get to start studying that stuff on a long-term basis.
I'm hoping that we can reshape how we view our daily activities and our weekly activities, and start to combat some of the issues that we were seeing on a widespread basis of overuse injuries and burnout in youth athletes.
Well, Coach, before I let you go, I do just want to give you the opportunity to speak to the SACS community as a whole. Of course, this will come out on YouTube, and they'll be able to watch this. So I just want to kind of give you the floor just to say whatever you want to the SACS community, and just give them your thoughts and opinions right now.
Josh, I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I want to start by just specifically saying thank you to this group of seniors. The accomplishments that they have contributed to this school over the past 4 years are unmatched. This was a 4-year run where we've accomplished more as an athletic program than at any time in the history of the school year. I step outside of my office each day, and currently I look up and there are 10 state championships that are on the mantle that were accomplished while these seniors were in high school. And there's actually more than that. They just don't all fit up there right now. And so I want to say thank you to the seniors. To all of our athletes, you make me proud, and it's a privilege every day to work on your behalf. We've released some of the exciting news recently through our Facebook page and the website, but the fact that we once again were in the lead for the Taps Henderson Cup for the 3rd straight year. And not only were we in the lead in 5A, but we had more points than any school in the state of Texas. That is a testament to the work and the effort that you put in on a daily basis. And I know sometimes it's not fun and you don't want to do it, but as your coaches, we've promised you that it's worth it, and the results are showing it. To our baseball players, 15-0 to start the season. and 3 straight tournament wins and number one team ranked in the city of San Antonio over large 6A public school programs. You guys were killing it. You were amazing, and it was fun to watch you. I'm disappointed that we won't get to see the end of the run, but you made the most of the time that you had, and nobody can take that away from you. And so I use that as an encouragement to all of our athletes that you continually remember to make the most of the time that you have, because we are not promised tomorrow. And this time is an illustration of that. So continue to grow, continue to strive for your best, honor your Lord and Savior like you do each and every day, and glorify Him in all that you do. And just know I love you, and I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to be back with you.
Beautifully said, Coach. I'm excited to hopefully get back and watch some more San Antonio Christian sports in the fall. I've come to really enjoy coming to y'all's events ever since I've started working with Vipe. So, Coach, I just want to say thanks for your time.
Josh, I appreciate it, man. Can't wait to have you back on campus.
Thanks again to Coach Parrott for joining us on the show. San Antonio Christian, like he said, has been a TAPS powerhouse these last few years, and it is a shame that these seniors won't be able to play out their spring sports seasons. Baseball was on track to do something great potentially, as was track. No pun intended there. A shame that they can't finish out the season, but we're looking forward to seeing what they can produce next fall and spring. Hopefully things are back to normal then, and we'll be there to cover it. San Antonio Christians has been a great school to cover these last few years, and we're excited at Vipe to see what they do next in the next season. Until next time, I'm Wack, and this has been From the Bench.